Hey, how are you attractive people persons living out there? This is Finline's Let's.
And Jackson Reed of 212 Today.
I see you, looking all cute, you cutie pie.
Stop hitting on the listeners, Finn. It's disgusting.
Don't you judge me now, you silly goose.
I'm not, but they are. If you continue with these actions, Finny, you won't get anywhere with the prom date.
You're right, and that's what we're talking about today. Prom. Good old prom. Or should I say, good old promises that are broken. Day after day after day. You know, Jackson, Cindy Lou was going to be my girl at a prom until she found dear old Tomothy. So how are you with prom, Jackson?
Well, I was just gonna go out with my friends, just hang out and have normal, typical fun, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean, though, Jackson?
Well, Bionicle's movie marathon, of course.
Oh, that sounds like a load of fun.
First up, Adrian, how to dress for prom, and goo goo gaga. Finn, help please.
Next is Zoe with being as minority as possible. Literally the lowest level of human consciousness, now conveying a deep hatred of movies that include prom.
Wow, we're already losing control of this podcast. And it's only been 10 lines in? Next is Jack, who will hopefully save us from this downward spiral we've been in for basically the whole entire year. He will be presenting through a PowerPoint presentation of the different viewpoints of prom. Or should I say, promises. Am I right, Finn? Wait.
Don't you ever say promises around me ever again. You hear me? You female dog?
Okay, I promise. Last is my man, my beautiful, sweet Micah, bringing you the top 5 prom fails. Let's move on before we get murdered and I am never heard of again.
Do your thing, Adrian. Wow, Adrian, I rate that a 10 out of 10. Very righteous.
Indeed. Next up to the chopping block is Zoe with the main dish. And I must say, it looks putrid.
Hello, my name is Adrian, and on this week's podcast, we will be talking about what to wear for prom. Prom is a very special night, especially for the seniors that are leaving, and no one wants to look underdressed. So you should wear something that matches together, like shoes that match the same color as a dress or a tuxedo. And if you're planning on wearing any jewelry, you're gonna wanna make sure you either take silver or gold, not both. Because if you do, it's gonna look out of place. You don't wanna look like an upcoming rapper. As long as you feel comfortable in what you're wearing, you should be fine. Don't wear something that's way too tight or way too loose. You're just gonna feel uncomfortable and it's not gonna be a fun night. And also, guys, do not wear a tie. Wear a bow tie, because if you wear a tie, it's gonna look like you're interviewing for a job. A bow tie is more for prom. Vests, jewelry, and accessories are great for prom, so don't be afraid to go all out. Well, that's it for this podcast. Till next time, I'm Adrian.
Hey there, Wildcats. It's your girl, Zoe, back at it again with another segment. This time, I'm gonna talk about 80s prom movies, or more specifically, the movie Pretty in Pink, which is arguably the first movie that comes to mind when talking about 80s chick flicks. First off, the movie is definitely for teens. Nowadays called a teeny bopper movie, it was called a Brat Pack movie back then, due to the fact that the actors in the movie often appeared together in other teen movies. Pretty in Pink focuses on a young girl in her senior year named Andy Walsh, who wants to go to prom but has no date, featuring the 80s stereotypes of a dorky best friend who is secretly in love with the main character, the rich bad boy love interest, the arrogant rich girl, the girl bestie, the broke single dad who manages to pay for the exact thing the main character needed, and other stereotypes that the 80s era is known for. All these characters are definitely needed in the plot to help steer the main character Andy to the right path and to get her chick flick happy ending. One probably lesser known fact is that Pretty in Pink is based on a book, and that the movie ending is actually different from the original ending, and to find out what that ending is, I guess you'll just have to read it. But all in all, Pretty in Pink is an iconic prom movie, helping create some iconic roles/stereotypes and creating the ideal prom scenario. If you want to know what happens, I guess you'll just have to watch it or read it if you want to know the OG ending, but I don't want to spoil it for you. Anywho, that's all for today. Until next time, this is Zoe saying adios, Wildcats.
Whew, that was bad as I thought it would be. Absolute trash.
Hey, Jackson, you should try having some respect for once, you keyboard warrior.
You know what? I'm gonna do so many bad things to you, and they're gonna be so bad. I will fight. I will fight so much that the fighting's not even fighting anymore.
I will beat you
Go,
like Cindy Lou.
go, Jack. Jack, go.
Prom night is a dream for most people, a night that shouldn't be missed. But is it really worth all the fuss? All the angst about who to go with, how to ask, what to wear, and how much to spend? Well, prom being worth going to is all dependent on your viewpoint of it. Everyone always has a different viewpoint on it, but there's always one part of those views that all start the same and end differently. How to ask someone to go. Nowadays, a simple phone call or conversation just isn't gonna be enough to ask a simple question. You'll have to make it a little more extravagant. Just don't spend your ticket money on a simple question, though. Speaking of money, the average amount of money that a family usually spends on their child's prom night is usually over $1,000. Sometimes a good amount of money has to come out of the child's budget. It can be a little overhyped sometimes. In the end, it's just a dance and nothing more. And if it gets too overhyped, people might see it as a waste of time. However, none of these reasons really means you shouldn't go. You shouldn't be discouraged because of someone else's opinion on it. It's not the worst event in the whole world. It can still be enjoyable. The reasons I mentioned are just certain reasons some people wouldn't want to go. Like I said, there's different viewpoints on prom, and those are just examples of some of them. Prom is still worth going to. It can be your last big formal event in high school. It can be very fun, especially if you're going out with your friends. It'll give you a kind of experience you probably won't forget for the rest of your life. Long story short, prom is worth going to if you view it the right way. Either way, no one's stopping you.
Jack, you made me feel like a new man. I've changed. I feel like no longer is the world against me, but its fate is now in my hands. I am God.
Whoa, Finn, that was a pretty far out accusation, I'd say.
Bow down.
How about we bow down our ears to the voice of Micah in this last segment?
Did I stutter?
Oh, prom, that fateful night of senior high school year that's more anticipated than Avengers Endgame. For high schoolers, it's quite a big deal and definitely something that you would want to go as planned. However, life is unfair and things can just happen. Bad things. This is Micah James of Seed Up Today, and you're listening to Top 5 Prom Fails. Number 5. BuzzFeed user Denav4063 shares his prom date's undesirable experience when they mixed up a can of hairspray with aerosol deodorant. It was too late though when she sprayed the product thoroughly in her hair, only to find out her hair was whiter than a mayonnaise sandwich with the crust cut off. Number 4. This Reddit user's prom was on a riverboat. Not only that, but she and her date would be arriving in style by taking a limo. However, the driver had no clue where he was going apparently, which led to the riverboat leaving without them, and leaving the stylish couple at the dock all alone. Number 3. BuzzFeed user Danik Clone 15 shares that his prom date was showing off her 6 cha-cha slide on the dance floor, but her dress ended up ripping in an undesirable southern location. He and her friends acted quickly and formed a circle around her and escorted her to the bathroom, but had to go home early anyway, since her dress can be fixed regardless. Number 2. The Reddit user of this prom experience is anonymous. However, this one is still sucky to happen to you the night before prom. He's on the soccer team, and that day, his team decided to play a pickup game. However, that game took a turn for the worse when he tripped over his teammate and dislocated his elbow, resulting in a long 6 hours at the ER. Number 1. BuzzFeed user Amanda L. Sanford decided to rent a party bus to get to prom in a venue at downtown LA. The twist here is that they thought it would be a good idea to mix alcohol into all this. After a few drinks on the bus, one of her friends broke the bus's bathroom window, which gave the driver a reason to search them, discover the alcohol, and kick them off the bus. The school principal in turn found out and kicked them all out of prom as well. Talk about it all unraveling. That's it for the list, folks. If you haven't been to prom yet, which of these wouldn't you want to happen to you? This was Micah James of Seed Up Today, and I'll see you guys later.
I've never heard such treasonous words in all my life, and I am part of the late community of alignment.
I thought they were just a myth, an urban legend, a wives' tale, a telltale, a story to bamboozle the mind.
Jackson, shut up. You're in way over your head, and I strongly recommend you forget everything that I've said during this podcast, okay?
You got it, Toots. I'll be sure to drip all this into the endless void that is my morals. But that's for next time on 212 Today.
That's right, viewers. Make sure you tune in for the climactic conclusion to this Off the Rails podcast show. This has been Jackson Reed
And Finn Lines Let's, and we'll see you next time on 212 Today.